Billions of people have walked on the face of this planet, and history has witnessed many individuals who went on to become iconic figures, mainly by the virtue of their unconventional personality type. The world has produced celebrities in every personality category, including INFJ, Introverted, Intuition, Feeling, and Judging. INFJs are also considered to be the most complex and the most rarest of the Myers-Briggs type indicator. Although INFJs are not hard to find amongst musicians, as a large percentage of INFJs are drawn to their artistic side. INFJs tend to be deep thinkers, and the music that they make often reflects this. A lot of INFJ music is very meaningful and oftentimes has a message. INFJs are complex personalities who rely on intuition and emotion to advocate for what they believe in. In this video, I'm going to share with you 4 INFJ famous people who have rocked pop culture. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamiso Miranda, and this channel is all things INFJ, personal growth and lifestyle design. Stay tuned for some tips, tricks, hacks and tools on overcoming adversity to fulfill your potential and become the best you. And if you'd like to learn how you could use life's adversities to your advantage, do consider subscribing to my channel and hit the bell icon next to it. Let's dive in. Now, I know you're wondering, so who are these famous INFJ people? So just a quick disclaimer, obviously it's very difficult to know the ins and outs of celebrities' lives because they get to select what they share with the world and when they share it. So it's very difficult to have an accurate depiction of their character and their personality. So the opinions in this video are purely based on conclusions that have been drawn from the interviews and how these 4 INFJ famous people, how they conduct themselves, how they behave, the language that they use during their interviews. So without further ado, here are the 4 INFJ famous people who have rocked and are rocking pop culture. The first one, who is an absolute sensation, is Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is clearly a creative and an emotionally sensitive musician. And from a few of her interviews that I have watched, it's evident that she has that people-pleasing characteristic that INFJs tend to have. It also comes across that she is a perfectionist and she likes to be involved in all aspects of her music. She likes to approve anything and everything before it is published and final. And when you look into the music that Taylor has produced, a lot of it speaks of her life experiences. And from that, you can see that from time to time, she tends to get lost in the details of life. It's also very clear that Taylor is an introvert and a dominant feeler from my observations. And not only that, but her relationship-themed music comes across as a sign of NI. Taylor is definitely all about creating a better world for everybody that lives in it. The second INFJ celebrity that I have for you today is Pharrell Williams. For those that don't know, Pharrell is a rapper, singer, songwriter, film producer, record producer, and all that good stuff. He is creative, motivated, and a true original. Pharrell is very private about his personal life, but he generally promotes happiness all over the world, like Taylor does. Pharrell appears to be an intuitive dominant. Based on the way that he speaks and presents himself, nothing comes across as someone who prefers sensing. His statements are loaded with abstract sentiments. Some people believe that Pharrell is actually an ENFP as his vibe and the way that he carries himself. But when I looked closely at his speech and the way that he articulates himself, I detected quite a lot of NI and FE, that way of processing things. I hear a lot more of NI knowledge than an NE. Also, he seems very anti-FI in the sense that he's very oriented and feels so uncomfortable referring to himself when it comes to feeling related matters. Pharrell also openly expresses that he is a workaholic, he's a hard worker, and because of his work ethic, this takes away time from social interactions, which further indicates that he is an introvert and he doesn't get his energy from socializing. However, he does make time for his family and those closest to him. Pharrell also doesn't struggle to express concern for all perspectives in a linear manner with realistic expectations, especially when it concerns music. The third INFJ celebrity that I have for you today is none other than Lady Gaga. I know, right? You're thinking, what? Lady Gaga? Are you sure? Is this girl crazy? No, I am not crazy. Lady Gaga comes across to me as an INFJ, even though the majority of the world would imagine that she must be an extrovert because of the way that she performs and presents herself and all of that good stuff. Despite being a global superstar and a role model for so many young people out there, from her interviews, you can see that Lady Gaga she's a feeler from the way she talks about her ideas and what she truly believes in. Lady Gaga has made it known that she has a purpose and she wants to leave her mark on the world in a positive way, and she has involved herself in lots of philanthropy work. She has a foundation for helping disadvantaged youth called Born This Way. Across a variety of her interviews that I've watched, she comes across and displays a very strong personal integrity vibe about her. And from the way that she generally conducts herself, you can see that she is very reserved. Sometimes she comes across as shy, but she's definitely private. Her private business is her private business. She doesn't like to put that out on the streets per se, and she has basically created herself a persona in that Lady Gaga is not actually her real name. Like, did you know that? How many people knew that? If you knew that, smash the like button, because that is something that is a lot. Lady Gaga, she uses Lady Gaga as her persona instead of using her real name, so she's had to create for herself this person in order for her to reach her optimum performance level, which I doubt is something she would have been able to do as Stephanie something. I don't want to butcher her last name, but yeah. The fourth INFJ famous person that I have for you today is none other than Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean does a mix of R&B, hip hop, soul music, and his lyrics are absolutely amazing. He speaks in every single one of his songs. He has a fantastic and creative songwriting ability, and he spreads various messages throughout all his music. The piercing emotional depth of his songs, to me, is an absolutely clear sign of INFJ cognitive preferences. And when you watch his interviews, the way that he pauses to think about what he's gonna say next, that points out introversion. And he uses his whole face for expressing and smiling, and that's expressing his extroverted feeling. He does come across as reserved, but for some reason, his mannerisms gave me like an NI-ish vibe, if that's even possible, I don't know. Just the way that he speaks and presents himself just screams INFJ. Now, I'm wondering if you're surprised by any of these celebrities that I believe are INFJ. Share your thoughts with me down in the comments below. I would love to hear what you think. Comment down below and let me know, okay? If you'd like to understand yourself better and to help other people understand you and reach your full potential, I have a free download in the description below. Go ahead and check it out. It's the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator Test. Now go and watch this playlist for more on all things INFJ, and I'll see you in my next one as we continue our journey towards a more wholesome, healthier, and more meaningful lifestyle.